Hi, I'm Sophie from the RSC Education Department. On November the 27th, you're going to be watching the school's broadcast of The Taming of the Shrew. In this film, I'm going to introduce you to the plot and to some of the characters in our 2019 production. This production is set in 1590, but we're in a world where women hold the power. The usually female characters of Bianca and Kate have now become male characters, with Bianca becoming Bianco, while the usually male characters of Petruchio and Grumio have become female characters called Petruchia and Grumia. Interestingly, the name Kate and Catherine stay the same. The Taming of the Shrew revolves around the story of Baptista, who's a wealthy merchant and is trying to arrange for the marriages of her two sons, Bianco and the elder son, Catherine. Baptista's struggling to marry off Catherine as he has a reputation of being a shrew. A shrew, someone who's opinionated and goes against social conventions. Bianco, on the other hand, has a lot of suitors, including Grumia, a rich and older neighbour of Baptista, and Hortensia, another noblewoman who could be described as a fortune hunter. Into this arrives Lucentia and her servant Trania. They both arrive in Padua, and then Lucentia sees Bianco and falls instantly in love. She decides she will disguise herself as a tutor called Cambia so she can get into Baptista's house and tell Bianco how much she loves him. Hortensia also disguises herself as a tutor called Lytia. Grumia, on the other hand, just tries to use money to get Bianco's affection. Meanwhile, the unmarried Petruchia arrives in town with her servant Grumio. Petruchia has recently lost her mother and she decides she needs to find a rich husband. So she takes on the challenge of marrying Catherine by trying to woo him and managing to get consent from his mother, Baptista. Once Catherine is married, that leaves the way for Bianco to be married as well. Petruchia and Kate have a very tempestuous first meeting, where Petruchia insists on marrying Kate despite Kate's angry protestations.
Thus, in plain terms, your mother hath consented that you shall be my husband, your dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a wife for your turn, for by this light, whereby I see thy beauty, that doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no woman but me.
The wedding date is set, but Petruchia shocks everyone by turning up late, wearing unsuitable clothes. Once married, Petruchia and Catherine leave Padua and go to Petruchia's house in Verona. Notice how Kate reacts to Petruchia's appearance at the wedding. Do we sympathise with him at this stage? Meanwhile, back in Padua, Lucentia and Bianco are falling in love. They elope. Consider how Bianco is changing. How have the director and actors shown the difference in the two brothers? Over in Petruchia's household, Petruchia invents games and scenarios whereby she tries to break Catherine to her will. This is where the taming element of the play comes into force. Petruchia and Kate then journey back to Padua. What's the significance of this moment and how is that shown? How has Catherine and Petruchia's relationship changed? The final scene is a wedding reception at which Petruchia, Lucentia and Hortensia wager which of their husbands will be the most obedient. Kate is the only one that does what they ask. This leads to the famous end speech where an actor and director have to ultimately make a choice as to whether the speech is ironic or if Kate has been well and truly tamed. At what point do you think Kate's feelings for Petruchia change, or do they? If you'd like to find out more about this interpretation or where to find more resources, visit our website. There are details about our new Shakespeare Learning Zone, which explores story, setting, language, characters and performance, and has different levels for how much detail you'd like to go into. Remember, we like to see all the work you're doing in your classrooms, so please do send us in any photos. On the day, we both have Jo Arkley and Claire Price, who play Kate and Petruchia in the studio. So please do send in any questions that you might have for them.